I came to your house with a different... I did want to do a different approach, but then when I got the arrogance of your mother, and I got the arrogance of you...
Are you trying to...
Buddy, okay? Don't me now, okay? Do you see where I'm going with this now? Okay? Don't bull me, kid. I ain't your high school teacher, okay?
Good evening, I'm Adrian Gobriel. This hour on City News, we're continuing our coverage we began at 5 o'clock, looking into the conduct of a Peel police officer. What you just heard is a small portion of more than 15 minutes of audio that a Peel police officer unknowingly recorded of himself on a young man's cell phone who he had just arrested for being disorderly in public. A warning, some might find the language you're about to hear offensive.
And I said, forget it. This kid obviously doesn't understand the rule and nature and the culture of Canada. Okay? He wants to be violent and bring that violence with him. Then he's going to have to learn the way.
That's racist, absolutely racist, and should not come from anyone, especially a police officer.
Yeah, I think that can be fairly interpreted as a racist statement. There's clearly a reference to where you come from, and we don't act like this in Canada. And that's obviously a reference to the fact that these people are not Canadian, or not from here.
In police conduct, in their training, is there ever a place for that kind of discussion of those kind of words?
Oh, absolutely not.
The incident began following an alleged heated argument between staff at Shawarma Royale in Mississauga and 25-year-old Masood Massad, who works for DoorDash, a food delivery app. There was a disagreement over the time of the order. Police were called by the restaurant. At 8:30 p.m. on Sunday, 3 Peel police officers arrived and entered the Massad household. After this man, Police Constable Bernard Trilaya says he called Massad and his mother. Massad tells police he's recording the conversation. After a quick 30-second exchange of words, PC Trilaya arrests Massad for, quote, cause of disturbance. The incident has left Massad, who immigrated from Palestine with his family more than 15 years ago, at a loss.
I just kept thinking, why didn't he just arrest me? And then that's it, just arrest me. Like, why did he have to rub it in? It seemed like he really wanted to get me, you know? Like, he just wanted to make me feel bad.
Now you're a mouse with your tail stuck between your...
Want to listen to the full audio, all 15 minutes, you can head to our website, citynews.ca. Peel Police's chief has now launched an internal investigation. Coming up, you'll hear the officer's use of the R word. We'll also show you how the veteran constable unknowingly recorded himself with the phone of the man he just arrested. Tonight on City News, we're breaking down what one lawyer is calling a street justice arrest of a 25-year-old food delivery driver for being disorderly in public after a heated argument with restaurant staff in Mississauga over an order. What's unique to our story tonight, an officer caught on tape spewing profanities. It appears the officer unknowingly recorded himself. A warning, some may find the language you're about to hear offensive and disturbing. In the next part of the conversation, obtained exclusively by City News, you'll hear the officer use the R word.
Then what's your problem, buddy? Are you retarded? So then there's no excuse. Buddy, I think you're an idiot, man. I really do think you're an idiot.
I'm not happy about this, man.
Like, I really think you're an idiot.
We sat down with lawyer Kim Schofield to go through some of the remarks made by Peel Police veteran Constable Bernard Trilaya towards 25-year-old Masood Massad.
The officer has called him arrogant, he's called him an idiot, he's called him a coward, and now we hear him say this.
Then what's your problem, buddy? Are you retarded?
Yeah, so that reference, I think, is wrong on so many levels. But just this name calling, this very juvenile manner of addressing this young man, and just his treatment, somebody definitely has to have a look at this.
We did play parts of the recording to Peel Police spokesperson Sergeant Matthew Bertram. An investigation has now been launched by Peel Region's Chief of Police.
Your mother, she's arrogant, okay? 100% arrogant. Yeah, what happened? Same thing like you, how you're cutting me off like you're in the right. Like how you talk to us. Yeah. Now you're a mouse with your tail stuck between your
You're a sergeant. You've been around for a while. Would you speak to someone in this manner that you just arrested while having a conversation with them?
Well, again, this doesn't involve me. This incident has nothing to do with me. But certainly, no, I conduct myself in a professional manner, and as do the rest of our police officers, and that's what we expect them to do and how we expect them to speak to people on the road.
I just kept thinking, why didn't he just arrest me? And then just that's it, just arrest me. Like, why did he have to rub it in? It seemed like he really wanted to get me, you know? Like, he just wanted to make me feel bad.
So we've been telling you how Masood Massaad was arrested for being disorderly in public. In the car, Masood kept saying he didn't think his actions warranted him being treated the way he was, let alone having 3 officers show up at his front door. Coming up, the lesser charge that was actually filed against Masood after being detained at a police station for several hours.
You know, I came to your house with I did want to do a different approach, but then when I got the arrogance of your mother, and I got the arrogance of you,
Are you trying to see my
buddy, okay? Don't me now, okay? Do you see where I'm going with this now? Okay? Don't bull me, kid. I ain't your high school teacher, okay? She's arrogant, rude. So don't tell me that, okay? Yeah. Hey, this could be a house call. Okay, ma'am, I understand it's a hotel. My name is so-and-so. I'm a police officer. I don't care. Don't call ever again. Okay, you. You're going to jail. Your son. Simple as that.
For the last 2 hours on City News at 5 and 6, we've been sharing with you portions of more than 15 minutes of audio that a Peel police officer unknowingly recorded of himself on a young man's cell phone who he had just arrested for being disorderly in public. What you just heard was the constable explaining to Masood Massaad how his mother's alleged arrogance on the phone in part led to the 25-year-old being arrested. It's a statement we took to Peel Police and lawyer Kim Schofield. Is that grounds to arrest her son?
Certainly not, no. We're going to base our arrests on an offense that's committed. It has nothing to do with a person's actions or certainly a family member's actions.
Even if he doesn't get the same treatment back, that's what you encounter every day. And so you have to, an officer, and they have training, you have to step above that. You have to set an example and not be the lowest common denominator, which is what's happening here. He's the judge, jury, and executioner here. That's not the role of the police officer. And he has an incredible amount of power. It's not just the power to arrest. It's the power to put on a police system information that he is quite correct, according to Canadian law, can never be removed.
Massaad, a food delivery driver, was originally arrested for public disturbance after an altercation with staff at the Mississauga restaurant where he was picking up an order. The 25-year-old says he spent several hours in a Peel police holding cell. He ended up having his charges dropped down to mischief interfere with lawful enjoyment.
Now you're a mouse with your tail stuck between your
So how was this incident recorded? In this security video, you can see Peel police lead Massaad out of the house. His phone that is on record is pulled out of his pocket. You can see an officer turn off the recording. He hands it to Constable Bernard Trelaya. In an effort to also turn off the phone, the constable apparently turns the recording back on. He puts the phone in the front seat of his squad car. The next 15 minutes is all recorded. And it's in those moments that the officer's tone and conduct changes.
When I got the arrogance of your mother, and I got the arrogance of you,
Are you trying to see my
buddy, okay? Don't me now, okay? Do you see where I'm going with this now?
I listen to complaints from clients about Peel Regional Police on a daily basis, and usually, although there are some instances where we have tapes, usually there's no tapes. And you hear complaints that are similar to this, which is swearing, bravado, racially motivated speech, and just the exercise of street justice. And that's what this is, street justice.
After we played parts of the audio to Peel Police, the chief now confirms they've opened an investigation with Professional Standards Bureau. However, the officer has not been suspended. Masood Massaad is in court on December 21st.